What a group of absolute losers, man. I mean, look at them. Again, I am confused about what Rainbow Raider's powers are supposed to be in this season, because in season 1, he could only induce anger, and this doesn't look like he's inducing anger, so I was hoping we would get some sort of explanation for this, you know? Maybe a reason why his powers kind of changed or evolved. Even if they had some bullcrap excuse like, oh, Crisis changed it, which would be dumb, but at least they would acknowledge that he doesn't quite have the same power set as he did in season 1. Like,
Chill Lane backstabbed us, the city's on fire with crazy red lightning, and your boy here barely has any speed.
tell me why Goldface has low-key been one of the more interesting characters we've had over the past couple of episodes. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I just am not a fan of this season so far. I mean, it's been okay, I guess. I just don't feel like anything's happening, and I definitely don't think that this doesn't feel like a final season, you know? It just feels like a really mediocre start to yet another season. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Red Death. I'm not a fan of the fact that they killed Caitlyn off. I wasn't a fan that they killed Frost off last season. So the fact that they also killed Caitlyn off is just a disaster. You've gotten rid of all of your original characters, and now it feels like at times you're relying on brand new characters that never really got any development, so they can't really carry the episode by themselves. I don't know. It's very strange. I'm hoping that as we get closer to the end of the show that it gets a little better and maybe it focuses on original characters more. Maybe Caitlyn will come back, please.
Which are feelings we could trace with a little help from a friend.
Are you serious, my brother?
Lark.
I mean, it's not really a surprise that he's alive. Like I said in the last video, it makes no sense for them to kill him off at this point. It wouldn't make any sense for them to make him a series regular either and then kill him off in like the first 5 episodes. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he's alive.
Fine. If you won't rescue Mark, then I will.
Yes. And what will you do exactly? No offense, girl, but you don't have any powers yet, and all you can talk about is plants. So you may be able to, like, I don't know, bore her to death or something, but as far as, like, power goes, I don't know about all that now.
Oh, I can feel them, Joe.
I'm almost confident that I've talked about this before in previous videos, but I'm going to talk about it again really quickly. I am so tired of the show using Cecile's powers as a way to let us know what other characters are feeling. Like, the actors, you know, they can portray the emotion. Like, you can see the emotion on these actors' faces. We know what they're feeling, and it feels like that the writers just don't trust us to understand what's happening, so they just spell it out for us. It's so annoying. Stop.
The criminals in this world.
You are also a criminal. I don't understand why you were acting like you were just hot stuff. You're a villain. You are also a criminal.
You wouldn't be responsible for me. I can take care of myself.
Listen, Keon, you're very sweet, but you don't know how to fight or anything like that. So what do you mean you can protect yourself? What are you gonna do?
We already lost Frost. And Caitlyn.
And our show has significantly gone downhill since. Lord, this show needs Caitlyn or Frost or both. Actually, let's just go ahead and get both back up in here real quick. I mean, it's so important. I think shows forget sometimes how important it is to keep original characters. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely better to have new characters that are at least played by original actors. Like, it's great to still have Danielle Panabaker playing a character, and when Tom Cavanaugh comes along, it's great to have him at least in a role somewhere. But new characters, despite being played by the same actors, isn't equivalent to having the original character. The original character has been with us since the beginning. We know so much about them. They've had more development than pretty much everyone else. They are naturally better, stronger characters. And whereas when you come with like other characters like Keon and stuff, she has no development. We know nothing about her, and we only have 13 episodes this season, and you don't have time to learn anything about her or get attached to her or anything. Which is why why it feels like such a waste of time to present this new character in the final season instead of just keeping Caitlyn. There's so many different routes they could have taken, so many different storylines they could have done that included Caitlyn, and they went with this instead. And if this was a different season, or if we had more time, it wouldn't be as bad. Like I said, I do like the Keone character. I think she's pretty decent. But I'm a big fan of Danielle Panabaker, so I love nearly every role she's in. I think she does a fantastic job, and I think she's doing a fantastic job here. I just don't think that having this new character has any purpose, or at least she doesn't have a purpose that couldn't have easily been given to Caitlyn. You know what I'm saying?
Right on time.
Obviously, this was gonna be a trap. She didn't keep Mark alive for no reason, let alone by himself in a warehouse. Come on, Barry.
I know. Down, boy. Just wiped out the last of your speed.
First of all, that down boy line was very cringe and I hated it, and I never want to hear anything like that again. Second of all, how was she wiping out his speed? What kind of ability does she secretly have to do that? She has artificial speed. Her speed force is not real and his is. So how is she overpowering him by wiping out his speed when he's the one that has real speed? What?
When Bashir put Savitar in your mind.
And of course, we need a flashback back to this scene because Lord help, this show, I guess, could not run without having flashbacks to scenes. Also, how on earth does she even know about this? She's from a different timeline. How does she know that Bashir put Savitar in Barry's mind back in season 7?
I feel so useless.
You are. No offense.
Caitlyn would have been able to help Mark.
Yes, she would have. So can we go ahead and get her back up in here, please? What? Okay, I guess she's like a healer, maybe? I don't know, but she also has like frost healing? Yeah, but she can do it for others? Why did she kiss him though? That's weird. That's odd. Okay, I don't know. I guess we will figure out what her powers are next episode. I think next week is supposed to be about her figuring out her powers. But I'm guessing it's some sort of like healing or related to life in some capacity. I mean, she talks about nature all the time, and that's life, so.
That's true. I learned it from you.
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is like the best scene in this episode, and it is because it is between two well-developed original characters having interactions between Barry and Joe. They're always great, they are always welcome, and they are always amazing. I love the interactions between them. You mean to tell me that the only character we get to see the Red Death kill is A, not even by her, and B, isn't even actually shown? It's just, ooh, laser eyes, let's cut to the commercial. Come on, man. This show used to actually show some violence in some capacity. Like, now I just don't feel like we get any action, or at least not any action that lasts longer than 2 seconds.
I will bring justice to this world!
Oh wow, this is the this is bad. This is bad. I don't know if it's the script or the acting, but this is just cringy and cheesy, and it's embarrassing, honestly. I mean, if you think back to some of the villains we've had in the first 3 seasons, I mean, we're talking about bone-chilling, menacing speedsters, and now we have this. We have Tantrum Thrower. Come on, please. I need this show to like rekindle its spark from seasons 1 through 3 just for this last season. Please.
But that's impossible.
Long time ago, I gave a gift to a friend.
Grodd is ready.
I am glad that we were able to see Grodd again before the season ended. I am a little disappointed that he wasn't somehow involved in the fighting or anything. He was just kind of like there. I think they definitely could have done more with him. But nonetheless, I am glad to see him once again because I've always liked Grodd. I've always thought he was a really good character. Okay, this fight scene was actually decent. I liked the boomerangs and all of the cool Batman-inspired speedster tricks that they used. I liked that a lot, and I thought that this fight was actually pretty solid. But it only lasted like 20 seconds. Like, I wish that we had speedster fights that A, lasted longer, and B, were more action-packed, where they, instead of just using only their speed, they actually kind of like punched each other a little bit more, had some more hand-to-hand combat. You know, I just feel like they're just kind of throwing stuff at each other with their speed in this fight, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I just also wish they would incorporate like actual like physical punching and whatnot. But yeah, this is a solid fight scene that should have been way longer. Where on earth did you come from? You've been missing for like 3 weeks, and you just conveniently are able to show up for the final battle? Okay? Wow, this conclusion to the Red Death character was extremely disappointing. I mean, the fight scene lasted like 2 seconds before Batwoman just conveniently knocked her out. This is... yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
Is it always this crazy?
Well, it's a Wednesday.
This was the worst, most insufferable, most terrible line that I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever cringed so hard in my life. Who is writing this show nowadays?
We're like so dope. Okay, seriously, like the level with which your badassery extends to is like beyond what I can comprehend.
Okay.
We do not care.
And I heard you were running low. How'd you get your speed back?
3 years ago, I gave a spark of my speed force to a sentient gorilla.
The show just keeps spelling stuff out for us. We are getting yet again another explanation as to why Barry got his speed back. Like, we know he got it back from the spark he left in Grodd back in season 6.
You still want our family to move?
Not our whole family. Just me and Jenna.
So you want to move away from Central City with your child, but you want to leave your wife here? I mean, I can't entirely blame you. She definitely does get annoying sometimes.
Well, then what are we supposed to do?
You come to the country on the weekends.
That actually sounds perfect.
The fact that he even suggested this was pretty crazy, but what's even crazier is the fact that she is not only okay with it, but actually kind of happy? What? You were literally, you're only gonna be able to see your daughter like 2 days a week.
To leave behind such an incredible legacy.
It is kind of sad to see Joe leaving the show. I definitely think it would be a lot more sad if this wasn't the final season. Like, obviously, if we were going to have to go like multiple seasons without having Joe as a series regular, it would have been worse. But it is nonetheless still very sad to see him go, especially since he's one of the few OG characters we have left. But hopefully he'll be back by the end of the season to kind of wrap up the show and whatnot. And I do love Joe's character very much, and I'm so glad that he got a proper going away party. Chester and Allegra's relationship wouldn't even necessarily be that bad if they didn't make it such a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everybody's like, oh my gosh, Chester and Allegra are kissing! Oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is like, they act like it's a dang, scientific discovery or something. Like they're okay together. I don't mind them together. I think they've dragged it out way too long with the, should we date? Should we not date? You know, it's so stupid, but I'm glad they're actually finally together, and maybe they'll stop making such a big deal out of them being together. I don't think it's that shocking or that crazy.
Gosh, that's so weird. I don't know why I feel that way. Sorry. I do. You're pregnant.
Okay. I'm surprised they made her pregnant this early in the season, but I don't know. I guess that's cool. Also, how does Keone know that? I guess that's another indication that she has powers related to life, I guess.
Congratulations, you guys!
I do think it's a bit odd that Keone just said, yeah, you're pregnant, and everybody just instantly believed her without question or anything. They were just like, oh, really? Great! That is it for this episode of The Flash. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!